Meanwhile, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says ICE is on the way to Minneapolis in the wake of the fraud scandal. Watch.
You told me to look into Minnesota and their fraud on visas and their programs. 50% of them are fraudulent, which means that wacko Governor Walz either is an idiot or he did it on purpose. He brought people in there illegally that never should have been in this country, fraudulent visa applications, signed up for government programs, took hundreds of billions of dollars from the taxpayers, and we're going to remove them and we're going to get our money back.
Congressman Tom Emmer, Republican from Minnesota, joins me now. Congressman, we've got all kinds of questions about this. Should Walz resign? What did Ilhan Omar know, and when did she know it? Can we get our money back? We've got all kinds of questions. Can you wrap it all up?
Well, Stuart, I'm just grateful that you're reporting it. And the reason that it's getting reported is because Donald Trump, President Trump, finally made this a national issue when he sent out a truth a couple weeks ago. We've been trying to sound the alarm in Minnesota for more than 3 years. Everybody's focused right now on $1 billion plus in fraud that has been stolen from Minnesota taxpayers, and a lot of it allegedly has been sent to al-Shabaab back in Somalia, a terrorist group. But you know what we're not talking about today? Do you realize that, it's not that all Somalis are committing crimes, but 80% of the crimes being committed in the Twin Cities in Minnesota are being committed by Somalis. And by the way, the FBI has been investigating Somali gangs in the Twin Cities now for months. I am grateful that President Trump has raised this to a national issue. This is it's kind of like a small version of what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were doing at our southern border for the last 4 years. Tim Walz is as corrupt as the and incompetent as the day is long. You got $1 billion of fraud. You got the largest fraud case pandemic fraud case in the country, the Feeding Our Future, $250 million. But you got Medicaid housing fraud. You got Medicaid autism fraud. You've got all kinds, hundreds of millions of dollars that they built out. And here's the big question I've got now. You have some alleged whistleblowers in the Minnesota state government who are now coming forward saying they were telling Tim Walz and his leadership team about the fraud years ago. And not only did he ignore their warnings, he actually retaliated against the whistleblowers. If this is true, Stuart, I'm grateful again for the Department of Transportation, Sean Duffy, for Homeland Security, for Tom, all these guys that are coming in to actually enforce the law. But if that's true, that Tim Walz knew about this and that he was retaliating against his own state employees who were telling him it was going on, we got to look at it's not a matter of resigning. This guy may have committed criminal acts, and they need to be exposed.
Yeah, long way to go on this one. I'll change the subject for a moment. Republican Matt Van Epps defeated Democrat Afton Ben in a special election in Tennessee. Does this make you just a little bit more hopeful for the midterms?
I already was, Stuart. I mean, this is nonsense about Tennessee's election yesterday. We were always going to win that election. The argument was always going to be from the left-wing media in this country. Donald Trump won that district by 22 points. Last night, Matt Van Epps won it by 9 points. Oh, my goodness. Does that bode bad news for Republicans in the midterms? This is the way it always works. Remember, in Florida, we had 2 special elections last year in the Panhandle and Mike Walz's seat on the east coast of Florida that are huge Trump districts. Both those guys won by 10 points. Republicans are going to do well in the midterms because Donald J. Trump has been delivering on his promises that he made. Republicans in the House and the Senate have been helping make those a reality. And guess what? It's an emotional experience, a campaign. And as we go into next year, when the permanent tax policy takes hold, when no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on Social Security, Stuart, I'm very bullish. We are going to hold our majority, and we're going to grow it.
All right. Well, have to wait and see. Only time will tell. Not supposed to say that, but you know that's how it goes. Congressman Tom Emmer, what a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Stuart.